Awesome. All right. Okay. Awesome. My microphone is working now. Hello, 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 hello. Hi, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Share with your friends. Tell someone that we are going to be answering some of the questions that I have here. And if you have any question as well, feel free to drop your questions and we'll be sure to try as much as possible to answer you tonight. And as you come in, let me know where you're coming from. It's 8:02 p.m. here in California. Welcome, everyone. And thank you for joining me. Okay. So we're just going to go ahead and dive into it. The first question that I have with me is going to be on how to overcome fear and doubts. Okay. I'm trying to bring up the question so that I'm saying it the right way. Okay. Already. Okay. So the first question says, how do I overcome self-doubt and build confidence? How do I overcome self-doubt and build confidence? If you first, I'm happy that you are able to see that there's a need to overcome self-doubt. And if we have to bring a solution to something, we first need to look at what is the definition first, right? So what is self-doubt? Self-doubts are just those negative chatters in your head that tells you that you can't do it. It's not possible. Nobody have done it before. But there's something I always tell my people, my clients and people around me, my mentees. I always let them know that if something is telling you that you cannot do it, then know that you can do it. That's the truth. If something in your head ever told you, the challenge is a lot of us, we do not know how powerful we are. We do not know how strong we are. We do not know what we carry. But here is the truth. Anytime something dropped in your mind, know that it's not just you. There's a power that generates those ideas that falls on you. And when ideas are coming, it wasn't coming on you alone. It's coming on a lot of people. But then there's always a power waiting to say you can't do it. And it's saying you can't do it because you actually can do it. That's the truth. It's because there is a power behind those ideas when they drop. So don't think that those ideas drops into your mind and then you won't be able to do it because they are too big. No, they are not too big. Because the person, the authority from heaven that dropped the idea on you, some people call it universe, I call it God. When those ideas drop on you, is because you are the vessels that they can find to fulfill that thing. So when you don't want to do it, is because there's another power that does not want you to do it, that does not want you to obey that call, that assignment. Don't let anything ever tell you that you cannot do it. As a matter of fact, when they tell you you cannot do it, that is when you should do it. When your body tells you that you cannot do it, that is when you should do it. When somebody tells you that you cannot do it, that is when you should do it. Because there's a power behind it. Hello everyone. Hello from Brazil. Hello Marvin. you should know that that is when you can do it, because you have the capacity to do it. So anytime self-doubt comes to you, tell yourself, I can do it. Now, this is how to build confidence around it. Number one, for example, if a new idea comes to you that you need to, maybe you want to become an actress, or maybe you want to become an actor, or maybe you want to become a singer, or maybe you want to start a business. Now, you have not done that thing before. And it looks like, how am I going to go out and do it? You know how to start. You start by starting. I tell you, that is how to start. You start by starting. Now, how I started my business, how I was able to reach a lot of, wealthy people when I was making jewelries, designing and all that. This was how I started. I visualize in my mind the kind of customers that I want. I don't want just any customer. I want good customer. So I visualize in my mind the people that I want. I see wealthy people coming to me. I see great people coming to me. I see my craft so beautiful and well structured and called international work. I was in Nigeria when I started making jewelry. I was making it for queens, for people in authority, people in great places. But do you know what I call it? I call it Tosin International. I haven't been to the airport before, but I call it Tosin International. And I think I've posted it in the community before, how when I now got to the United States, how I sold bead to pay for my car. I was selling beaded jewelry. I used it to buy a car, right? So what am I saying? You have the capacity to see whatever you want. And if you can see it, you can have it. Unless you cannot see it. If you can see it, you can have it. So everything I visualize about that thing, they happen for me. That's number one. Number two, if you're going to build your confidence, get ready to be good at that thing. There is a particular bead that we call Swarovski. Swarovski is an element, is a kind of an element that look like diamond, but it's not diamond. I didn't wear any of them today. I wear some of them sometimes. Swarovski look like diamond, but it's not diamond. So I go to places where I can find those elements that are expensive. Then that was what I was using. So what is one thing today that you have that can make your work different? If everybody is using something common for your products, what is one thing that you will do that will make difference? If God has told you, or if in your mind, your universe, whatever you believe in, have told you, you are going to work with Google, you're going to work with Chevron, then how did you create your own resume that will make it different? How did you present yourself that you will make it different? If your mind is marrying a wealthy person, how do you dress? Because your dressing will influence your confidence. So something needs to be different. I want you to sit down tonight, take a pencil or a biro and a journal or a notebook or in your phone and write it. How can I do things differently? Because when you do things differently, then it builds your confidence. And the more you do it, the better you become. The more you do it, the better you become. While everybody is making their own jewelry cheap, I was making my own expensive. The same thing I did when I was going to start the business of training. I put my proposal together and I was going to schools. I sharpened my speaking skills. I was born into entrepreneurship. My parents are always selling. My mom, my grandma My grandma was a nurse. I didn't grow up to see her as a nurse, but I grew up to see her as someone who sells things. So she will buy things in the south. She will buy, I think, cola and all that. She will buy it from the south. She will take it to the north. Then when she's coming back from the north, she will buy jewelry from the north, and then she will bring it down to the south. So I was born into entrepreneurship. I know how to sell, but what will make the difference? I wrote a sparkling proposal. As time goes on this channel, I'm going to be showing you how to write proposal for those of you who will want to start a business, because whatever you want to do that will bring success to you, you have to be intentional about being different. If you can make up your mind to be different, you are going to really be successful. I promise you. You are going to build the confidence because you really know what you are talking about. The same thing we do in counseling, in coaching. When I teach you how to sell, when I teach you how to present yourself in a certain way, when I teach you how to put your business together, how to put your proposal together, how to present it, when I teach you how to do it, there's a man that was trying to get an executive position, and I coached them on the interview and everything and how to speak in that interview. They totally amused the interviewers panel, and they got the job. So those are the things I put the best in whatever I do for people to become a better version of themselves. So the more you become better version of yourself, the more you build your confidence. Okay, I hope that helps somebody. All right, let's go to the next question. The next question says, what are some daily habits that can help me improve myself? This question will go this way. What are the daily habits that can help me or help you improve yourself? What area are you looking at improving yourself in? Do you want to improve yourself in your spiritual life? Do you want to improve yourself in your financial life? Do you want to improve yourself in your relationship? Do you want to improve yourself in your communication? For example, every season I have different things I'm improving myself on. I have different things I'm working on at every point in my life. What I do to improve myself daily is to look at what exactly do I want to improve this season. If I want to improve in the area of my finances, if I want to improve in the marketing, if I want to improve in communication, if I want to improve in relationship, then I look for podcasts that talks about that thing that I'm trying to improve on. I look for books on that particular thing that I want to improve on. I look for coaches. I look for people that can mentor me in that area. That's the first thing. If you're looking to improve yourself, your number one daily habit is to make sure you listen to something or someone that will spike up the area that you are trying to improve on. That's the first and foremost thing. Some people will say, you wake up early. No, not everybody is cut out that way to wake up early. Not everybody. My husband is an early riser. I am not, because I don't sleep on time. I'm a creative person. I spend time in the night to write. I spend time to create my movie scripts, my books and everything. I spend the night time to do those things. So for me, you can't tell me that I should sleep on time for me to be able to do that. For you, if you are a night person and if that is what works for you, then by all means, if nothing is stopping you, wake up on time. Now, when you wake up, ensure you commit your ways to God, either by praying or by meditation or by reading the Bible. Praying, meditation, reading the Bible, it's very essential. I'll tell you one secret that thing will do for you is this. When you meditate or you pray or you read your Bible first thing in the morning, what happens is this. you will be able to focus on the right thing. You will have direction for the right thing. And once you have direction for the right thing, the day will be short because you are going to be effective. But if you just start your day anyhow without committing it to God or without clearing your mind by meditating, then you are going to just mess up the day and it will look like you're not productive. So if you're going to improve yourself, number one, find something to listen to that will spike the change that you are looking for. Identify that change, and much more, clear your mind by meditating, or bring down the Spirit of God in all you do by praying and reading your Bible. It gives you direction. It made the day go well. I tell you, I've tried it and it works for me. And number three, don't allow people to waste your time, because a lot of people will come in, say things that does not really matter, call you, gisting and gossiping with you. That's not how you want to live your life. That's not how you want to live your day. That will waste all of your time, and you won't be able to improve yourself the way you want. Okay. Another thing that I will say about the habits that you need to do to improve yourself is also to start your day before the day starts. I do that a lot. When I'm leaving my office, what I'm going to do tomorrow, I already make a list of them. When I get home, I have beside my bed, I pasted things that I do part-time. If I open my calendar, I have things that I state to do per hour. So there's no time to waste. There's no time for frivolity. There's no time for unnecessary gist that will take your time and will not add anything to your life. See, become intentional about the person you give your time, because you are actually the average of the people around you. So if everyone around you is gossiping, you are their average. If everyone around you is productive, you are their average. If everyone around you is successful, you are their average. So you have to become intentional about who takes your time and what takes your time. All right. So let's look at another question, and that's probably going to be the last question I'm going to be taking tonight. How do I set and achieve goals? How do I set and achieve goals? I love this. This is one of my favorites when I'm coaching. The number one thing you need to do, I'm going to go back a little bit on how you can do that. As human, you are made of three parts: the spirit, the soul, and the body. I've made a full video on that. You can check the channel for that. Now, your mind is the center of your will, your emotions. That space contains your conscious and the subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind contains the things that you've been through, and those things are there. And so when something like that wants to happen, they call it trigger, then it's going to trigger something. Now, it will pass it to your conscious mind, and then your conscious mind will make you react to the world, to your environment. Now, if you are going to set the right goal, you have to put the right thing in your subconscious mind. How do you do that? The first thing, you have to write down, what are the things that you want to achieve in the next 1 year? Short-term goal. What are the things that you want to achieve in the next 5 years? Mid-term goal. What are the things that you want to achieve in the next 10 years? Long-term goals. Now, when you write those things, the way that you can write it and be able to achieve them, I did this and I achieved a success of like 5 years in 6 months. When I did what I'm teaching you tonight, when I did it, I achieved the success of 5 years in 6 months. Write your goal in past tense. This is the trick. Your subconscious mind, always think something has happened if you put it there. So it's familiar with something that has happened and will help you make it happen again. So if you take advantage of that, you're going to be successful. Because you place a lot, sometimes people place a lot of negativity in their subconscious mind. That's why success, fulfillment of purpose is difficult for many people. If you're going to achieve good success, then you have to become intentional about putting the right thing in your subconscious mind, so that it goes around looking for that success for you, and you will be able to achieve it. So this is how to set the goals. Number one, put the writing of those goals on a plain sheet of paper or in your journal, and you are going to write them in past tense as if they have happened. I now have so by 2025 May. I now do so by April 2025. When you write it down, you start reading it to yourself every night before you go to bed, because activities go on in your mind when you are sleeping. So you start writing it, you start speaking it. Every time you are speaking it, your subconscious mind is absorbing it. That's why you start dreaming about things that you want for the future, because your subconscious mind has started absorbing it. Write it in a past tense. Write it like it has happened. Read it every day till your subconscious mind believe it. Now, the next step is break it down into small tasks. Say, for example, I'm currently writing a book. Anytime I'm writing a book, what I do is this: I create the outline. Then I tell myself every day I write 1 page per day. So you are going to break the task of achieving that success. You are going to break it down into small, manageable, actionable tasks. Manageable. Remember, I said manageable, actionable task. Tell yourself, I'm going to sit down by so time in a particular place and write. If you are looking to increase your income, I'm going to call customer at so time. Whatever it is that you wrote down in your goals, then make sure you break it down into tasks and set a time aside to make sure you do it every day. That is how you can achieve your goal. Before you know it, you're successful. I tell you. Before you know it, these things, when I did it, I can't believe it. How fast it works. How fast they happen. I tried. The first time I got into the space of writing goals was in 2015, and within 6 months, I got so much done. Series of contracts comes in for me, because I just follow these simple steps that I teach you. I hope this helps someone. I won't be able to take more than those 3 questions. I have about 15 more or so. But it's night and I need to get ready for tomorrow as well. Thank you guys for joining me. I appreciate everyone. I love you all, and I'll see you maybe on Saturday. Love you guys. Mwah.